10-foot tall here, and we're looking at a simple idea elegantly done. This is the Zettaly AV, and it's a 7-inch Android tablet, fast processing with a quad-core 1.3 gigahertz processor, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 8 gigabytes of internal memory, multi-touch display, beautiful crisp clear graphics, all integrated in a lightweight stereo form. Yes, indeed, it is very lightweight. It has like a half handle on the back, but it's lightweight, can pick it up easily. There's feet on the bottom. And let's look at the rear ports real quick. Now, here is our power input. It is a DC 12 volts, 1.5 amp input. It's this cord right here, pretty long cord. It's a wall wart that's actually plugged all the way in the back there on that power hub. It also has an internal 2000 mAh battery, so you can leave it plugged in all the times, which is probably what I'm going to do. But if you want to take it on the go, it's lightweight and it has a 2000 mAh battery to give you that juice. Now next to that is a auxiliary line out. That's your audio out for wired headphones, wired speakers, that sort of thing. Next to that is actually a full-sized HDMI, not a mini HDMI, not a micro HDMI, but a full-size HDMI for connecting to external monitors, HD TVs, that sort of thing. Next to that is the micro USB port known as the OTG host. This is a micro USB port that's specifically designed to interface with on-the-go devices, such as, well, you can use what I have here. It says micro USB to a female USB OTG cord, plug in wired keyboards, wired mouse, or USB flash drives. And in this case, I actually have a 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle plugged in. It's actually connected to this keypad. So this is actually what I'm currently using to control this the tablet. Now it does come with an infrared remote, and you can navigate the screen just fine with it. It's just there's no keypad integrated with it, but you can move about, hit OK. It's got basic media keys, the power button, the whole 9 yards, and it is an infrared remote, very lightweight and slim. Now next to that is the micro SD slot. It can support upwards of 32 gigabytes class 10 cards. Now if you need more storage, there are lots and lots of options to use for increasing your storage, and it all involves the OTG host. And with an OTG host, you can use, of course, USB flash drives or OTG card readers, or even as far as a full-size OTG hub. This is an on-the-go hub. I would connect this to the port right in the back, and that would give me access to more USB slots, such as flash drives, as well as more SD card slots. And I've done this. I've actually had a 128 gigabyte SD card in here, a USB 32 gigabyte flash drive back here, plus a card in the slot, and I could read and store on all three simultaneously. So there are options. Now, and finally, next to that is the physical reset pin button. So if you need a reset for any reason, there you are. You got a physical one. Now on the top, we've got just 3 buttons. It's volume, and then a power button. Now this is a bit of an odd thing with the power. To me, it's actually not an issue, not even remotely, but this thing does not actually turn off. It does not shut all the way off. If you long press it and to power it off like you would normally do, it will actually reboot itself. It does not actually shut all the way off. When you hit the power button, just like tap it, what it actually does is send it to sleep. It turns the display off. Now, like I said, to me, that's not even remotely an issue, because that's how I treat all my Android devices, my smartphones, my various tablets. I put everything into sleep mode. The only time I actually turn something off all the way is when I'm just not using it. I'm basically just turning it off for the long term. But it does not actually turn completely off. That is a bit odd, but to me, that's not an issue, but it definitely needs to be highlighted. Now, I've already customized my screen. This is not how it looks as default. That's my own live wallpaper. I installed Amazon Prime Video on there, Amazon Music. I got my virtual equalizer there. I put on AVG. And well, let's go ahead and do a couple demo tests. Also to show you, I got Amazon App Store in there. This is a full-fledged Android tablet, so you can play games and do text editing, the whole 9 yards. Follow email. It's just you have to be aware that because of the screen angle and all that, you're tapping and touching right here as it's looking at you. I just want you to be aware that it's probably best for, at least for game playing, having an external controller of some sort than sitting there and playing like that. But you can. There's no problem. Alright, so let's look at a couple demos. Alright, so the audio demonstration. Now, the speakers themselves, when it comes to heavy bass, they really do struggle. Now, for movies and games, there's no problem at max volume, but when it comes to music, especially music that relies on a heavy bass beat, these don't actually handle them very well. Now, you can use a virtual equalizer to help straighten that out, or of course listen it through like Bluetooth headphones, and there's no problem. The speakers themselves, though, do kind of struggle with heavy bass. But for general other music, pretty much anything else that doesn't have that deep thumping bass, not a problem at all. We'll go ahead and hit the play here. Alright, so yeah, that particular track does not have particularly hard bass. I have other tracks that got really deep, grumbly bass, and the stereo separation is great, but it just doesn't quite hold on to that, deep rumblers. But the mids and the highs are nice and clear, and that was at max volume, so it's got plenty of volume as well. Now let's go ahead and look at a video demo. Alright, so this is through Amazon Prime Video. My display is actually at medium. It's not at the full brightness, and it streams. Let's go ahead and hit play once again through the remote.
Justice.
So there you go. I mean, it's got good movie audio and the whole 9 yards. Streams beautifully. As a little portable home theater, this has got the goods. We'll go ahead and hit the home key here. Now, I want to also point out this uses a non-partitioned memory. It has 8 gigabytes of internal memory, but 2.2 gigabytes of that is reserved for the operating system. However, you have initially 5.8 gigabytes. Well, actually 5.6 gigabytes initially available. It doesn't have very much software actually pre-installed. It's all the typical Google stuff. But it's non-partitioned, meaning that when you go into the settings and you look at the actual storage, it's all available as one portion. Many, not all of them, but many Android devices will have a device memory and then the internal storage memory all kind of divvied up, and that gets actually kind of complicated. Yes, it can. Having a non-partitioned memory, that's awesome. Everything's available. Of course, it's only, right now, I've only got 4.7 gigabytes left, so it does dwindle pretty quick when you're downloading a lot of stuff, especially movies. But at least you don't have to worry about your device memory getting filled up before your internal storage memory. Because you can expand internal storage memory. Yes, you can. You can't expand device memory. So I very much appreciate the fact that this does not have partitioned memory. So on the whole, I love it. I really do. It's a great little setup. All right, you guys have yourself a great one.